Okay. Shh. I'm afraid I'm cheating on my Jeep.
So welcome back everyone, Mike and Melissa here. As you can tell from the intro of today's video, we got to see some new Broncos the other night. As many of you know, we ordered a new Ford Bronco. I think we're gonna get it maybe the 1st of June from the last thing that I heard. But it was the first time we actually got to go see one. And there's a lot of confusion on these Broncos because a lot of people have been seeing them on the road, but they're actually seeing the Bronco Sport. And they're two different vehicles. The Bronco Sport, I think, is on like an escape platform, and the full-size Bronco, what we're calling it, is like totally different. But I have been waiting a long time for Ford to come back with a Bronco. I actually have emailed them for years, not that it did anything.
He really has.
But when I was young, I always wanted one, and I could never afford one. And it's just a vehicle. I'm a Ford guy, and we like our Jeep too. I mean, we really do enjoy the Jeep. But we wanted to order a new Bronco, and we got to see them the other night. They had a little event down near Pittsburgh, and we went down, and I was really happy that Melissa seemed to like them.
I loved it. Yeah.
What did you like most?
When I sat in the driver's seat, it felt very good.
Yeah, and, you know, we didn't get to drive them or anything like that, but just seeing them, and I think Ford really did their homework on these. I think they know they have one chance at this to go up against the Jeep Wrangler, because the Jeep Wrangler has been pretty much the only vehicle like that on the road. I mean, you've got the Defenders and things like that, but it's going to be between Jeep and Bronco, and I think you'll have people that'll like either one or the other, but we actually like both of them. We really do. The Jeep's been a good vehicle. That's our second one. We have a 2017 Sahara, but I think what Ford did, they took a lot of things that Jeep owners probably aren't real fond of, but don't really complain about, and they fixed it on the Bronco. Like when you take the doors off, the mirrors stay on the Bronco. You can get them from the factory with 35-inch tires. You can't do that with Jeep. You know, everyone buys a Jeep, and the first thing they do is they put a couple-inch lift on it and 35s. But with the Bronco, you can do that. And I would say, if you're interested in something like a new Ford Bronco, really do your homework, because you can really customize them, and there's 7 different ones. There's like the Base, the Badlands, the Big Bend, Wild Track, First Edition. There's 7 different models, and you can get all different options on all of them. But they come with 2 different engines, an inline 2.3 liter turbocharged and a V6, a 2.7. That's what we got. We ordered a Wild Track, and but they're nice. They really are. We've never really bought like fun vehicles. The Jeep was kind of the first thing we ever bought. Usually, you know, when we first got married, we ran some junk, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was okay.
Not even when we were, it was like the first 20 years.
Remember that Honda Civic? Whew, this thing. We had an old Honda Civic. We had a lot of stuff. It was pretty rough. And
we had a Chevy S10 we ran for a while.
Yeah, I paid $800 for that. I actually plowed snow with that S10.
Yeah.
And
you did what you did. You had to get by, and it worked, you know.
Yeah, we that I didn't like that Honda Civic though. It was a horrible color of brown. Remember that thing?
Yeah, it sat real low to the ground.
Yeah.
It was just square.
Well, yeah, we're excited about it, and this is by no means a review or anything like that. We just got a chance to look at them the other night. But I want to show you the difference right now between the full-size Bronco and the Bronco Sport. So we got the full-size Bronco Wild Track in Rapid Red, I think is the color, kind of a metallic. And normally I like earth tone stuff. I was just realized my truck and her Jeep both are pretty much the same color as the building, like real earth tone stuff. But I don't know, maybe I'm having a midlife crisis, but we went all out with the Rapid Red. And she'll drive it much more than I will. But one thing that's nice is you don't put the miles on like you used to. So this thing will last us a very, very long time. You know, when you were driving him every day, that was like 40 miles a day or something.
I was driving to Harrisburg a couple times.
Yeah. Now my work truck, I do about 3,500 to 4,000 miles a month on it. Personal truck, I pretty much just run around here unless we go on a trip or something. And your Jeep, you hardly put anything on it in the last year, which is good.
Right, yeah.
Now the Jeep is a 6-speed manual. The Bronco is an automatic. You can get a manual transmission in the Bronco, but I think that's in the inline 4-cylinder engine only, which we're pretty much ready for another automatic, huh? I do like driving that manual though.
Yeah, I do like the manual. I have some frustration about the Jeep's reverse, and I've shared that before.
Yeah, it kind of pops out of gear on you here and there.
The Jeep garage about it, and they kind of think I'm nuts. I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it on the Bronco, and we'll keep you updated when we getting closer to getting ours. But I'm excited about it.
Like Mike said, do your homework. Get on. You can go on their website and check for ordering options. And in fact, there was a gentleman close in the viewing area. I could hear what he was saying to one of the ladies that were showing the Broncos, and he said, "So you think there's a waiting list if I order now?" And she's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, if you order now, it's next year.
I thought they just invited people that had them ordered, and but anyways, he was asking about that, and I was kind of like, "Oh, yeah, you better get on the website now."
Hey, and you know what else? One thing I'll add before we move on to the next topic. I love stuff like this. I love competition between like Ford and Jeep. I don't know, the stories of like the Carroll Shelby and all that. There's a good show on Netflix I went. People are just into it, and you can tell they're passionate, the people that we talk to, about what they do. And yeah, new cars, new vehicles are expensive. Everything's expensive. But if nobody bought them, nobody would be working. You know what I mean? And it's good. I loved it. One of my favorite comments, believe it or not, out of all this YouTube stuff was one on our truck. And there was a guy that worked in the plant where our truck came from. And when we bought it, I did a little video on the truck. And he said, that's where that truck came from, where I work. And you know, there's an American worker. Wow, so it was really cool. But Melissa has kind of not a sad story, but
just kind of something I want to share. You know, a lot of times we get out here and Mike's doing some things and he quickly says to me, "Hey, do you have anything you want to share?" I'm like, no. And I do. So today I do. And I want to tell you, so our daughter Hannah is out at a clothing store. I'm not going to give the name, but it's in Cranberry.
Right now.
Yeah. So she texted me to tell me that in the store when she walked in, there's a mom and her 2 boys, and the youngest is maybe 5, and she could tell, well, he was screaming, she could tell he wasn't talking verbally, and doing some other things that she could quickly make that, oh, this looks like my brother. So she's pretty sure the boy had autism, and he had a 10-year-old brother with him that just kind of stood there like a deer in headlights of, I'm so over this, I don't know what to do. And Hannah can relate because she's been in that position of, this is embarrassing, I don't know what to do. And as mom, she's texted me this conversation, and I am in tears just reading it, because when you put yourself outside the situation, I realize, oh my goodness, that's us. I remember Mike telling me one day, he pulled up to a gas station, and the guy in the other gas pump had a son with autism, and he had him outside the vehicle just trying to show him some things and the way he was acting. And he said, "Melissa, that's us. That's Hunter and I.
Yeah, and I don't even realize it when it's just when it's us.
We're like in our own little world, our own little bubble, and you just don't realize it. You do what you do. This is our norm. And so when you see another situation that is our so-called norm, your heartstrings just start fluttering.
Yeah.
So as I get a little emotional now, I didn't even see this situation. This was just reading a text from my daughter that saw the situation. And she said when she offered help, the mom said, no, thank you very much. And they were leaving the store, and she noticed the staff rolling their eyes and smiling as this family left. And here's the service thing that I want to share, like public service announcement. You don't even have to offer help, but maybe just offer a smile. Maybe offer, here, can I open the door for you?
Yeah.
I think just that compassion of, in today's world, we see all sorts of things changing, whether we like it or not. But sometimes we see things we maybe don't understand. Just kind of do a quick, that boy's 5, or that boy's 20, or Hunter's 28, he's bald, and the lady's holding on to him. Something's going on. A quick evaluation, and then just maybe a gesture, a hi, a wave, or maybe if you feel like it, hey, can I help you? That goes a long way. There's people that have offered me help in situations where I stopped to be like, thank you so much. Like, it goes a long way. So
it's a good public service announcement. We've been through a lot over the years. When Hunter was little, I deal with it really good. Like,
he does. I can tell you 1,000 bad things that drive me nuts about my children.
We've been in what some people would feel are really embarrassing situations in public. I couldn't care less. Like, I don't.
He handles it. He handles it so well. Like I said, he drives to Ohio, he drives home, and Hunter's waiting in the driveway for a ride somewhere else. And he's like, Melissa, did you drive him anywhere today? And I'm like, nope. He goes, I'll take him. And I mean, like, he just got done driving 5 hours. I think the last thing he wants to do is jump in the truck.
I don't mind. But yeah, we've been in some weird, some are funny. They really are. When you look back at them, they're funny.
Yeah.
Back then they weren't funny, but yeah, we'd get stares and stuff. And
we still do. But now Hunter and I look like we're a married couple. And if he's with his dad, they look like they're a couple. So, it's just the crazy things. But I feel now, knowing what I know, and having a better understanding of who we are as a couple or who we are as a family, that I kind of care more about Hunter than I do what people think of me. So, And I probably want to say thank you to all of you, because I think knowing that you guys have accepted Hunter so well.
You guys have done fantastic.
It's been amazing, and I think that's given us the boost that we need.
Yeah, it was a long time before I included Hunter in a video, because I didn't know how that would all go down. And the support is overwhelming. It really is. And we love reading the comments to him. He enjoys it. Hunter's his own man. He's kind of like me. You know what I mean? He doesn't care really what people think. And,
he doesn't.
And neither do I. It's just, that's kind of a good way to be, It really is.
I care to a degree.
Yeah.
I care about things I should care about. But I've also just have learned to care more about Hunter and how to educate. I think I've shared several times on the channel and my own channel at Morgan's Off the Leash as well, is it's my job to educate those around me about Hunter. You know what? I'm bringing in someone that's a 200-pound, 28-year-old, bald, wearing a beard, with a lady, holding his hand. What's going on? So when he jumps up and down and people want to give stares, I get that. If I were in their position, I'd kind of be like, okay, what's happening? It's my job. Oh, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I'm not going to apologize for Hunter anymore, because he's got to, he's got to take in all that's around him as well. So I apologize for the misunderstanding. This is my son. He has autism. He's nonverbal. And he didn't know he was cutting in line. So I'm sorry. But I have to say, in the last year, he's not been anywhere. So
he hasn't.
If he ever does get out in public.
Hunter won't do the mask thing.
Yeah.
There's no way that's happening.
Hopefully that will go away and he can get back out in public, because we have goals set that we were working on. He was doing really well. Yeah.
But that's a good public service. Boy, this video took a twist, but a good twist.
Sorry, I got a little emotional, but you know what? I just can't help it. So it just brings like memories and heart strings and emotions back like that.
That's the biggest thing, that when you were talking, I never really realize or care. I don't know what it is when I'm out. I don't even realize it until I see someone else in the same situation. I'm like, that's just like us. I mean, I don't even think about it.
Oh yeah.
But it's something.
And we don't. He's right. We don't think about it until you see that situation. And I can be in tears in a minute. In fact, we've been in a store where I just came out of an aisle that I saw an us situation and ran in. You know, Mike's like, "You ready?" And he looks at me and he goes, "What's wrong? Did someone say something to you?" Like,
I'm ready.
He always thinks that I'm like ready to fight with someone, and
I'm ready to throw down.
Like, there's a family that's just us right around the corner.
Yeah.
And you know, and they were happy. They weren't in need of help or anything, because I would have been there to offer. But I just saw what we looked like to everyone else, and we don't realize it.
Yeah. But I think that's about it. That's a good message. You did good.
And thanks so much.
That's not easy to talk about.
I just want to thank all of you. I really believe a lot of the subscribers here and friends have been so welcoming that you've given us the boost as parents and a family that we needed. So thank you.
So I think that's about it. We've been rambling on long enough. So we went over the new Bronco, and more importantly, we went over what to do when you encounter a situation like we all do all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so like we always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends.
Thanks.